On security, Ododo threatens dethronement of erring traditional rulers over illegal land deals. Kogi unveiled 50 billion naira sukuk for airports. International markets plans March takeoff. Kogi CP Kankarufi commissions 2 new police outposts in Lokoja to boost security and community policing. Ohunene Empowerment Initiative empowers hundreds of PWDs with mobility aids cash grants in Kogi State. Governor Muftwang condemns attacks in Plateau, orders manhunts for perpetrators. Additional named Big 12 Athlete of the Week. Putin agrees next steps with US envoys, but Kremlin says territory is key. This is Weekend Pulse, bringing you a roundup of the week's top stories, key developments, and trending issues from home and around the world. I'm Avoy Nwogu. Thanks for joining us. Kogi State Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo has launched 2 security drones, PH-20 UAS, and other advanced technological support assets procured by the state government to confront terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, and organized criminality head-on in the state. Governor Ododo, while launching the advanced security equipment at the 12th Brigade Headquarters, Chari Megumeru Barracks, Lokoja, reaffirmed his administration's commitment to adopting cutting-edge security technologies to defeat criminals in line with global best practices. According to him, the drones have advanced surveillance, monitoring, and response capabilities. They can operate in difficult terrains, penetrate forested hideouts, support real-time intelligence gatherings, and where necessary, enable precision-led operations against terrorists and bandits. Our reporter, Faith Adike, has more.
The Kogi State government has intensified its crackdown on criminal elements across the state as part of decisive measures to cope insecurity. Properties confirmed to be harboring criminal activities has been demolished, a move widely regarded as a strong deterrent to crime. Security surveillance has also been extended to Kogi's border communities to prevent the influx of bandits from neighboring states. To further enhance the protection of lives and livelihoods, Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo has launched the newly acquired PH-20 US drones to strengthen the state's security operations. Governor Ododo said the drones are equipped to provide early detection of suspicious movements, improve internal agency coordination, and enable faster intelligence-driven deployment of security forces.
We are going today to the power of God and to better improve humanity in this state and neighboring state. Thank you very much.
He noted that the investment marks a major milestone in strengthening the state security architecture, sending a clear message that criminals will have no hidden place in Kogi State.
Security is dynamic, and as criminals evolve, we will continue to stay ahead of them. The drones unveiled today will allow us to monitor forests, track movements, disrupt criminal supply routes, and neutralize threats before they mature. We sympathize deeply with those affected by criminal activities across the nation, not only Kogi State. Our hearts are with you. Let me assure you, this government is in full control. We are determined, we are prepared, and we will secure every inch and corridor of our state for the citizens. I wish to sincerely thank the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for his strong support and special interest in ensuring a safe and secure Kogi State.
The governor also disclosed that grassroots intelligence has been reinforced through security structures established across all 239 political wards, with 2,752 vigilante service personnel formally absorbed into the civil service to enhance welfare, discipline and professionalism.
I must commend our local security architecture, our vigilantes, hunters, community leaders, and traditional rulers who continue to provide the first line of defense in our communities. Your courage, vigilance, and commitment are deeply appreciated. To the law-abiding people of Kogi State, I assure you that your government remains fully committed to your safety, but security is a shared responsibility. Silence protects criminals. Cooperation protects communities. I urge everyone to continue to support intelligence gathering and early warning system. We will continue to invest in security, support our security agencies, and protect our communities so that businesses can thrive and family can live in peace. As we unveil these security drones today, let it be known that Kogi State is not a safe place for criminals, but it is a safe home for honest and hard-working people who mean well for the development of not only our state, but the entire nation.
The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Saibu, represented by the Chief of Transformation and Innovation at Army Headquarters, Major General Sansi Abaif, commended the Kogi State government for its proactive approach to monitoring criminal movements and dismantling hideouts across the state's three senatorial districts. He reassured that the Nigerian Army will continue to uphold its professional responsibility of protecting lives and property.
This occasion further demonstrates the state's readiness and professional magnanimity in boosting the operational capabilities of the Nigerian Army. Let me emphasize that the recent deployment of 21 Battalion Nigerian Army to Kogi State, that is the new battalion that has just been established by the Nigerian Army in Kogi State as part of effort to strengthen security apparatus in the state. It's a strategic intervention aimed at strengthening the security architecture of the state. This deployment will significantly enhance troop presence, improve operational reach, and reinforce our capacity to respond decisively to threats posed by terrorists, bandits, and other criminal elements. I therefore commend the government and the good people of Kogi State for their support and cooperation, which remain indispensable to the success of military operations in the state. Let me further use this platform to commend our gallant officers and soldiers of the Nigerian Army, as well as other personnel of other security agencies operating in Kogi State. I assure you that your sacrifice, professionalism, and dedication to duty are deeply appreciated by the nation.
Similarly, the Commander 12th Brigade of the Nigerian Army, Brigadier General Kashim Sidi, reaffirmed the military's sustained commitment to peace and security in the state, stressing that timely and credible information from citizens remains vital in defeating criminal elements.
The introduction of this combat drone is a game changer for our state security architecture. It's a testament to our commitment to leveraging technology for safer communities and more secure future. I commend His Excellency, the innovators and the teams behind this achievement. And I am confident these drones will make significant impact in our security operations. I want to assure you, sir, with these drones, it will give us more situational awareness. It will make us know where these bad elements are hiding. It will also reduce our casualties in combat. And I will also assure you, sir, they will be used judiciously for the purpose for which you procure them.
Earlier, the State Police Commissioner Naziri Kankafi described Governor Ododo's approach to security in the state as top-notch, commended him for the drones launched.
Our activities, our operations are not distracted by political disputes. The army and the police here are like Siamese twins. We work together day and night. The synergy is excellent. And this achievement of having these special drones marks a special chapter in the fight against crime and criminality in Kogi State. So let me use this opportunity to warn all criminals and criminal elements in the state that you have no hiding place. The government of Kogi State, led by His Excellency, is continuously creating ways and putting more energy and resources in making sure that the good people of Kogi State sleep with their two eyes closed.
The State Security Advisor Jerry Omadare said the Ododo administration has made it clear that the era of passive governance is over, emphasizing the government's resolve to assert its authority and security presence across every part of the state.
The unveiling of critical security drones, including 2 PH-20 UAS drones and other advanced technological support assets, deliberately procured to confront terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, and all organized criminalities held on. Your Excellency, the representative of the Chief of Army Staff, insecurity thrives where government hesitations exist. Criminals flourish where the state appears absent or reactive. The administration of Alhaji Ahmed Usman Ododo FCA has made it well clear that the era of passive governance is over, and the state will assert its authority, presence, and capacity in every inch of its territory.
Your Excellency, we thank God Almighty for having you. You did not disappoint us. We came out in mass confidently. We campaigned for you as if we drafted your manifesto. And now you are following the steps and you are achieving all those promises you have made. Exceptionally.
The Ohinoyi of Igboland, His Royal Majesty Dr. Ahmed Mohammed Tijani Anaje, on behalf of other traditional rulers, commenced the achievement of Governor on security matters.
We, the traditional ruler, it is our duty to keep behind you and always continue to support you with our prayer. Because you always made mention, you say you are not going to fold your arms or negotiate with any criminal. You will not wait for them, you will take the fight to them. Today, we can see, because we have already prepared for battle, this drone you just acquired for the security agency today has already shown that what you really mean it and you are going to do it. May God Almighty continue to be with you, because what you did is so very significant and it will help the security agency for them to perform much more better. By the special grace of God, we pray to God Almighty to continue to be with you.
He added that the acquisition of 2 PH-20 US drones and other support assets reflects the government's swift towards modern intelligence-driven security governance. From the 12th Brigade Headquarters, Charimagumari Barracks, Faith Adike reporting for MLC TV.
Kogi State government has provided mobility aids and financial support to not fewer than 500 women and persons with disabilities, PWDs, in the state. The provision was made through the State First Lady Sefinat Odudu's pet program Ohunene Empowerment Initiative held at the Muhammadu Buhari Square, Lokoja. Wheelchairs, assorted crutches, and other mobility devices and cash donations were given to them, including the presentation of an official vehicle to the Executive Secretary of the PWD's agency in the state. A reporter, Faith Adike, also narrates the moments.
Hundreds of beneficiaries and government officials gathered to witness a landmark empowerment ceremony that saw 260 persons with physical disabilities receive standard mobility aids and 100,000 naira empowerment grant each. In addition, 100 beneficiaries received 200,000 each, while 25 persons living with albinism were supported with 50,000 naira each, alongside sunscreen, creams, and other essential items. Speaking at the event, the founder of the Ohunene Empowerment Initiative and the wife of the Kogi State Governor, Sefinat Usman Ododo, reaffirmed her commitment to restoring dignity and improving the quality of life of persons with disabilities and other vulnerable groups across the state.
It's a special day for me, a day of joy, love, and kindness. Through the Ohunene Empowerment Initiative, we remind one another that nobody is forgotten in Kogi State. I thank Almighty Allah for this opportunity to touch lives in Kogi State. And I appreciate my dear mother, the mother of the nation, Her Excellency, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, the First Lady of Nigeria, for her compassion and love for women, children, and the less privileged. I thank the Kogi State government. Today, we are empowering women and our brothers and sisters living with special needs. Let me say this from my heart. You are all important, loved, and we are not alone.
She noted that the mobility aids and financial support will not only enhance movement, but also empower beneficiaries to expand their businesses and become self-reliant.
What we are giving today is meant to help you grow, move forward, and live better lives. As part of this program today, 260 women will receive 100,000 naira each. 100 persons living with disability will receive 200,000 naira each for their business. And 25 persons living with albinism will receive 50,000 naira with their special creams. We are also sharing wheelchairs, crutches, and other mobility aims to make life easier for them.
Sefinat Ododo urged beneficiaries to make judicious use of the items and cash grants. The coordinator of the Ohunene Empowerment Initiative, Mary Agamalafia, disclosed that within 1 year, several individuals, groups, and community have benefited from the foundation's intervention across Kogi State. She highlighted the initiative's growing impact and achievements.
Mandate has been to meet them in their growing needs and deliver sustainable empowerment to these communities, especially children, women, and youths in the areas of women development, skills development, child education, health support, and we have helped in drug abuse prevention. We recently rehabilitated 20 individuals who were victims of drug abuse. We assure you now that they are all free, tested, and free from drugs. They are now meaningfully empowered and they are being reintegrated into our society. Ramatu Shaibu is our most recent story. She is a widow with 5 kids. We met her pregnant with 1. intervened in her case, and as of today, we can joyfully mention that she gave birth to a baby in the reference hospital, all be paid by Ohunene Empowerment Initiative. And we did not stop at that. We empowered her, we opened a provision shop for her, fully stocked. So Ramatu, as of today, is fully empowered, and she can do more. We have done more and many more as regards to the foundation.
The Executive Secretary of the Kogi State Commission for Disability Affairs, Yakubu Abdul Hakim, described the occasion as historic, commending the Ohunene Empowerment Initiative for what he called a timely intervention.
Permit me to sincerely commend Her Excellency for this thoughtful intervention, which reflects a deep sense of compassion and genuine commitment to reach its most vulnerable in our society. Of a particular importance is the deliberate focus on persons with disability, and the inclusive approach adopted clearly reflects the principle of nothing for us without us. Distinguished guests, mobility aids are more than equipment. They are instruments of independence, dignity, and inclusion. With these aids, beneficiaries will be better positioned to access education, healthcare, workplace, and economic opportunity. This intervention therefore promotes empowerment, participation, improve quality of life.
He also used the opportunity to appreciate Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo with the presentation of an excellent award for all-inclusive governance, while formally presenting the request of persons with disability to the state governments.
I humbly appeal that such support be extended to Office for Disability Affairs as an agency. Presently, the office does not have any official vehicle to effectively carry out its statutory responsibility. Where the need arises to convene persons with disability for official engagement, the office lacks the capacity to do so. We therefore respectfully appeal for the provision of official vehicle, possibly a coastal bus, to enhance our efficiency and service delivery. Similarly, Your Excellency, since the establishment of this office for disability affairs, no staff recruitment have been carried out, resulting in serious manpower shortage. I humbly appeal that approval be granted for staff recruitment, which will strengthen agency and also create employment opportunity, especially for qualified persons with disability. Your Excellencies, I also wish to draw attention to the challenge of street begging within the disabled community. To address this, we have continued to encourage education and positive engagement. However, education for most persons with disability is very expensive. It is on this note that I humbly appeal for 50% tuition fees waived for persons with disability in the state-owned tertiary institution, as well as special bursary support package for Kogi State students with disability study outside the state and in federal institutions within the state.
In separate goodwill messages, leaders of various PWD groups described the distribution as novel and impactful, saying it has provided a fresh start for many beneficiaries. They pledge continued support and prayers for the success of the Ododo administration.
To this effect, what to do to appoint Honorable Yakubu as Executive Secretary, Customer is one of the teams that gave us a sense of belonging. For this, we do have our heart for you. We want to assure you that all people with disability will continue to support the administration.
Your Excellency, your government and our money has given us a voice in the society. It is on this note, on behalf of the entire persons with disabilities in Kogi State, we owe you and your government continuous prayers.
This is a noble gesture, and it serves a means that I really cannot explain to my heart content. I want to say a very big thank you to Her Excellency for coming up with this initiative and also for having persons with disabilities in mind at all times. I want to equally appreciate His Excellency, our Father, for giving Her Excellency the needed support to carry out this massive project. I pray that Allah in His infinite mercy will continue to reward you all.
The Kogi State Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo commended the First Lady for leveraging her foundation to uplift persons with disabilities and other vulnerable groups. Governor Ododo, who acknowledged the request of PWD leaders, approved some of their most pressing needs on the spot, while assuring that other demands would receive due consideration.
This is service to humanity. This is dividend of democracy. If you don't do it, somebody else will do it. As we are doing it, God will continue to enrich your pockets. I urge on everybody, including myself, to pick a leaf from this. We should think about our people. If you are driving in an executive car and you see them on the road, please mark brake and have a feeling for them. I want to urge all of us to keep working together as one united family.
He further donated a brand new Toyota SUV as an official vehicle to the Executive Secretary of the Kogi State Commission for Disability Affairs.
From the requests made by the Executive Secretary of this community, you have requested for official vehicle and a bus to convey your members. We are very mindful of your office. That office forms part of Kogi State governance. And of course, today, we are going to hand over this official vehicle for the Executive Secretary as the official vehicle. And of course, we are working on your bus so that your people can move freely. The power conferred on me, I know the Executive Council of our district. Once I present it, they will grant that 50% waiver in our own tertiary institution. You have your hands, you have your brain. Disability is not weakness. We are together. I am for you. I am with you. I will continue to work closely with you.
Governor Ododo cautioned against all forms of discrimination against persons with disabilities and other less privileged members of society, calling on individuals and organizations to continually show empathy and support. Faith Adike reporting for Mlc TV.
Kogi State has announced plans to raise a 50 billion Sukuk bond to fast-track the construction of the Kogi State International Airport and the Lokoja International Market, with the government targeting March 2026 for the commencement of construction. The plan was unveiled at an investors' engagement and market sensitization forum in Abuja, where the Commissioner for Finance, Budget and Economic Planning, Asiwaju Asiru Idris, said the Sukuk will be asset-backed, infrastructure-focused, and aligned with the state's long-term development framework. Idris said the bond program was designed to accelerate the delivery of critical infrastructure and not as a response to fiscal pressure. He disclosed that the State Executive Council and the House of Assembly had approved the transaction, while the government had also applied for an irrevocable standing payment order (ISPO) from the federal government to strengthen investors' confidence. According to him, Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo has directed that the state should move swiftly, with March set as the target period for fund release and construction takeoff. He added that the procurement process for the airport project will begin within weeks, noting that the state had engaged experienced financial and technical advisors to fast-track documentation and regulatory approvals. The sukuk, structured as a senior unsecured Ijara sukuk, will be issued at 1,000 naira per unit with a total program size of 50 billion naira and a tenure of between 5 and 7 years. It will be offered through a book building process with a minimum subscription of 5 million naira. Managing Director of AVA Capital Group, Kayode Fadaunsi, said the project was structured to generate revenue capable of supporting repayment. He explained that the fund will be monitored through multiple oversight layers, including the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, a Sharia Advisory Board, and an independent project management committee, which will provide quarterly reports to stakeholders. Addressing concerns on pricing and listing platforms, Fadaunsi said sukuk instruments were generally competitively priced and could be listed on either the Nigerian Exchange or FMDQ for secondary market trading. Officials also clarified that any call option on the sukuk will also arise after the completion and delivery of the underlying asset in line with sukuk requirements. On security, Idris said the state had strengthened safety measures through the deployment of surveillance drones, training of over 1,050 hunters across local government areas, and the absorptions of vigilante operatives into the civil service. We go for a short break. Stay with us.
Do you know women are adventurous, ambitious, captivating, confident, and dazzling? Do you know she's also dynamic, enigmatic, inspiring, and self-assured? Those are not all about who a woman is. She's also blessed with the wisdom to design her world. She is optimistic when she puts her mind to do anything, malleable and astute. And to crown it all, she is naive because of her total belief in anything she loves, and same time noble with her character. These and many more about a woman are what we discuss and analyze on Women's World, a program that celebrates women who have put all these attributes together to add value to their society. Be my guest together to tell your story yourself. I am a woman and I am proud to be. Join Faith Abdul Ghaffar only on MLC TV online by 6 p.m. every Sunday for all encompassing about who a woman is. For your contribution, comments, even to appear on the show, advert placement and sponsorship, please call any of the numbers displayed on the screen. Visit and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mlc TV, and like our Facebook pages, MLC TV and MLC TV WW to watch our editions. Thank you.
Welcome back. It's still Weekend Pulse. Stay ahead this weekend. Subscribe to Mlc TV channel and catch all the top stories, trends, and updates before anyone else. Your weekend, your news, your pulse. The Kogi State government has commended the Senior Special Assistant SSA on Child Abuse, Jamilat Muhammad, for her commitment to protecting children and shaping the future of the younger generation through impactful programs. The commendation was given by the Special Advisor on Education, Abdullahi Abdulmalik, during the maiden edition of the Child Abuse debate in Okene, which featured students from public secondary school across Kogi Central of the state. Abdul Malik said the administrations of Governor Ahmed Usman Urudu remains committed to building a society of responsible children through quality and accessible education. A reporter tells us more.
10 public secondary schools participated in the maiden edition of the Child Abuse debate organized by the Kogi State Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Child Abuse, Jamilat Muhammad.
And 64% of children are exposed to extreme child labor as implied or instructed by their parents, guidances, or caregivers.
Some children in poverty have been removed from their families as their welfare being used as argument to do so.
One major reason why the government are to be blamed for child abuse is its failure to provide basic social amenities. When government fails to provide free and affordable education, provide accessible housing for parents.
The emotional factor where parents or guardians form the act or character of abusing a child, laying curse on the child, all those will make a child not to pick up, like not to have courage to do something.
Economic inequality. Government that fails to address unemployment, low wages, inadequate housing, and food insecurity. It increases family stress, which is the major risk factor for child abuse and neglect.
Representing the state government, the Special Advisor on Education, Abdullahi Abdulmalik, said the Ododo administration remains committed to providing a conducive learning environment, including the payment of examination fees for pupils and students in public schools. He commended the organizer and urged parents to take advantage of government support to properly train and guide their children.
My advice to the parents in particular is to make good care of their children. Their education should be a focal point. They should not be allowed to be intimidated. They should not be isolated. Their rights should always be given to them. They are the future leader of this great state and the nation.
The majority leader of the Kogi State House of Assembly, Abdulrazak Suleiman, advised students to obey their parents, stressing that parental guidance is key to preventing child abuse. Suleiman assured that the State House of Assembly has enacted laws to ensure perpetrators of child abuse are punished and pledged to continue legislative support for child protection policies. Also speaking, the Senior Special Assistant on Social Investment, Abdulhamid Aminu Okene, urged parents and teachers to provide proper guidance and discipline to children, saying no generation is beyond correction.
You can blame the government, but of course it's not for the government majorly, it is for the parents to do more. They should always try to do their best, pray and leave the rest in the hands of God.
The Sarikin Hausawa in Ibera land, His Royal Highness Adams Baba Saleh, advised youths to uphold religious and moral values, noting that good character and modesty promote societal harmony. The convener of the program, Jamilat Mohammed, appreciated Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo, the First Lady, Sefinat Ododo, and the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Acharo Opanachi, for their support in protecting children. She described child abuse as a collective societal challenge and called for stronger institutions and firm punishment for offenders.
I believe parents can try to guide their children. Do not pretend like there's nothing like that. Let them be aware that there's something like that, but advise them against it and give them that that courage to create an awareness when anybody is trying to molest them or abuse them sexually. The way you handle it when they talk about things like that, that's what we encourage them to keep confiding in you as a parent. So always encourage them and do not leave your kids in a secluded place with strangers, even people that are not strangers, that are of opposite sex. Be guided when you leave your kids with them because you may never know.
At the end of the debate, 3 schools emerged winners, receiving cash prizes of 500,000, 300,000 and 200,000 naira respectively. Representatives from schools and other dignitaries commended the organizer.
What I have seen today, I am happy and I'm proud of this Jamilat Ojo Muhammad.
The message is that what he has done today in improving the educational status of the children, that he will continue and do more.
It's an embodiment of knowledge and giving as a whole. I'm actually proud of her.
I'm so glad and I wish for more of this to happen in our land.
I feel happy, but if my mom and dad could be there more, I will feel more happier than that.
I feel excited and wonderful to be one of the guests in a wonderful and big occasion like this.
Other participants received writing materials and incentives. From Okene, Khadijat Mohammed, reporting for MLC TV.
Kogi State Internal Revenue Service (KGIRS) has called on stakeholders and civil society organizations under the Kogi NGOs network (Kongonet) to support the effective implementation of the Nigerian Tax Act 2025, stressing that the service will tax profit and not capital. The call was made by the executive chairman of KGIRS, Dr. Suli Saliu Enehe, during a sensitization and capacity building program on the Kogi State Taxes and Levies Law 2025 held at the NUJ Press Center in Lokoja. He said the reforms introduce a fair and equitable tax structure that protects low-income earners, reduces the burden on middle-income groups, and applies higher taxes to higher income earners in line with global best practices. Dr. Enehe noted that the law aligns with federal tax reforms emphasizing simplified, technology-driven, and transparent tax administration. According to him, the partnership with Kongonet focuses on training stakeholders, promoting digital payments, reducing leakages, and encouraging voluntary compliance to boost revenue and economic growth. Speaking, the chairman of Kongonet, Hamza Aliyu, commended KGIRS for engaging civil society, describing the reform as timely. He said proper implementation of the tax reforms will enhance transparency, improve business operations, and attract investment to Kogi State. In a presentation, the Director of Income Tax and KGIRS, Yusufu Emmanuel, disclosed that individuals earning below 800,000 annually are exempted from tax under the new law. He added that the reforms promoted digital tax administration, reduced cash handling, and minimized human interference, creating a more business-friendly environment. In the vote of thanks, Ambassador Idris Ozovehe Muraina urged government to ensure taxpayers enjoy visible benefits from their contributions, while calling for accountability and transparency in the implementation of the new tax laws. In furtherance of the Nigerian Police Force's commitment to strengthening internal security, enhancing rapid response to threats, and fostering improved police-community relations, the Commissioner of Police, Kogi State Command, CP Naziru Bello Kankarufe, has commissioned 2 newly constructed police outposts in Lokoja, Kogi State. The projects were executed under the leadership of the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Adeolu Egbetokun, as part of ongoing efforts to expand police presence across communities. According to a statement by the Police Public Relations Officer, ASP Salihu Oiza Afusat, the outposts are located in the Adankulu area under A Division and Zango area under D Division. They have been strategically sited for enhanced policing coverage, deter criminal activities, and ensure swift response to security threats in the surrounding areas. The establishment of the outposts followed concern raised by community members during a strategic stakeholders meeting hosted by the Commissioner of Police. Residents highlighted the absence of police formations and the security challenges it created. CP Kankarufe assured the communities of prompt intervention, a commitment now fulfilled with the commissioning of the facilities at the requested locations. Constructions and completion of the outpost were coordinated internally within the command, with technical supervision by the officer in charge of the Works Department, GSP Amadu Victor. The facilities reflect the Nigeria Police Force's focus on effective community-oriented policing. CP Kankarufe emphasized the importance of the community partnership in achieving sustainable security and charged officers posted to the outpost to maintain professionalism, discipline, and respect for human rights. He assured residents of Kogi State of the command's unwavering commitment to proactive security measures and urged the community members to continue supporting the police with credible information, assuring that all information will be treated confidentially. And now on politics. Kogi State Governor Ahmed Usman Oduda declared that he will not impose candidates on any district, stressing that stakeholders must be allowed to freely choose their representatives. The governor made this known during the flag-off of the APCE registration exercise at the Glass House in Lokoja. He said the All Progressives Congress believes in fairness and internal democracy, adding that his administration will always act in line with the party's constitution. Governor Dodo attributed the growing confidence in the APC to the reforms and leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, noting that the party has become more attractive to Nigerians due to improving economic indicators. He said the economy is gradually stabilizing, the naira is strengthening, food prices are easing, and agriculture is receiving renewed attention. According to the governor, although the reforms were initially tough, they were necessary to build a stronger and more resilient nation. He expressed confidence that Nigerians will reward President Tinubu's courage and policies with renewed trust. Governor Dodo charged party leaders at all levels to ensure a smooth and massive rollout of the APCE registration exercise across the state, describing it as a step towards digital party administration. He directed top political appointees in each local government to work closely with council chairmen and party stakeholders to ensure its success. Reaffirming his commitment to good governance, the governor pledged to continue delivering on his promises to the people of Kogi State, saying positive feedback from residents will only motivate its administration to work harder towards building a safer, more prosperous and inclusive state. And now from the states, Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutwang has condemned the deadly attack by suspected terrorists on a mini camp in Kuru district of Jos South local government area, as well as coordinated assault in Yel and Bohom communities, describing them as barbaric and senseless. In a condolence message, the governor expressed deep sorrow over the loss of innocent lives and sympathized with the affected families, stressing that the attacks will not weaken his administration's resolve to restore lasting peace across the state. Mutwang directed security agencies to intensify intelligence-led operations to arrest and prosecute those responsible, while urging closer collaboration with local communities. He also tasked Operation Rainbow with strengthening early warning and intelligence gathering mechanism, assuring residents of the government's commitment to their safety and welfare. And now on sports. Nigerian national record holders in the women's high jump Temitope Additional has been named the Big 12 indoor track and field athlete of the week following her first victory of the new season at the Corky Classic last weekend. The Big 12 in a collegiate athletic conference in the United States consisting of 60 full members, universities, 3 private and 13 public across the states of Arizona, Colorado, Florida, Ohio, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Utah, and West Virginia. Additional received the honor alongside her Texas Tech teammate Jonathan Seremes and Belos Turia Kele on Wednesday. The high jumper enjoyed a stellar season opener, winning the Corky Classic with a clearance of 1.93 meters, 6 feet 4 inches, which tiled her number to all-time school record. She also shared the best mark in DCAA Division 1 on the women's side this season, placing her second in the world standings. This is the second indoor weekly award Additional has received and her third overall Big 12 track honor. Her teammate Seremes, in his Texas Tech debut, won the triple jump with the program's number 2 all-time mark of 16.76 meters,
5 feet 1 inch. All 6 of the attempts were over 16 meters and all now rank within Texas Tech's all-time top 10 for the event. His 1679 effort currently ranks number 1 in both the world and the NCAA. The third recipient, Baylor Keller, began her senior campaign by winning the 200-meter dash with an NCAA leading time of 22.56 seconds. She owns the fastest time in the event this season, with the nearest competitor half a second behind. Keller's mark also broke her previous program record, set at the same meet last year. It is the second Big 12 track and field weekly accolade of her career. Additional 27, who holds Nigeria's national record in the high jump, both indoors and outdoors, is entering the 3rd year of her collegiate career with optimism. After her breakthrough in 2024, when she set both national records, she waited until 2025 to win her first NCAA title. She also featured at the Paris 2024 Olympics, where she finished outside the podium places. The 3-time national champion set her current national records and personal best of 1.97 meters to claim the women's high jump title at the Big 12 Championship in Kansas in May 2025. She is the second Nigerian to compete in the women's high jump at the Olympics after Doreen Amata, who represented the country at the 2008 and 2016 Games. Additional won her first NCAA title in March 2025, clearing 1.94 meters at the NCAA Indoor Championship held at the Virginia Beach Sports Center in Virginia, USA. That victory etched her name into Nigerian athletics history as she became the first Nigerian to win an NCAA high jump title. She is expected back in action this weekend when the Texas Tech Red Raiders host the West Kitley High School Classic and the Stan Scott Invitational. And now on foreign news. 2 teenagers were among 6 people missing after a landslide hit a busy campground on New Zealand North Island, authorities said on Friday, as rescue worked round the clock to locate survivors under the rubble. Heavy rain triggered Thursday landslide at Mount Ganu on the island east coast, bringing down soil and rubble at the site in the city of Tauranga, crowded by families on summer holidays, but no deaths have been confirmed. The scale of the disaster and risk at the site could delay the rescue effort. However, New Zealand Police Commissioner Richard Chambers told the New Zealand reporters that the youngest of the missing was age 15. Police Commander Tim Anderson told a press conference, adding that authorities were scrambling to contact an additional 3 people. No signs of life have been detected from the rubble since voices initially heard by first responders on Thursday. Prime Minister Christopher Luxon visited the site on Friday and met affected families. They are grieving incredibly hard, and he grieves with them too. Luxon promised government funds for affected areas once they reckon up damages, feeding reporters questions why the campsite evacuation had not been swifter. He said there will be with a public review in the circumstances. Russia won after a late-night meeting between President Vladimir Putin and 3 U.S. envoys that a durable peace would not be possible unless territorial issues were resolved. Kremlin aide Yuri Ushakov told reporters the talks, which began shortly before midnight and lasted 4 hours, had been substantive, constructive, and very frank. He said Russian Admiral Igor Kostikov will head Moscow teams at the 3-way security talks and investment envoy. Dmitry will meet separately on economic issues with Steve Witkoff, the envoy of President Donald Trump. But while outlining the next steps, Ushakov stopped short of hailing any major breakthrough. Most importantly, during these talks between the president and the Americans, it was reiterated that without resolving
the territorial issue according to the formula agreed upon in Anchorage. There is no hope of achieving a long-term settlement, referring to last year's Trump-Putin summit in Alaska. Ushakov said Putin underlined that Russia was sincerely interested in a diplomatic solution. He added, however, until this is achieved, Russia will continue to consistently pursue the objectives of the special military operation. This is especially true on the battlefield, where the Russian armed forces hold the strategic initiative. Ukraine is enduring its harshest winter of the war as Russia mounts heavy missile and drone strikes on its energy infrastructure, with temperatures way below freezing. Hundreds of thousands of people in Kyiv and other cities have suffered long power cuts and been left without heating. Ukraine cites this as evidence that Putin has no real interest in peace, which Moscow disputes. It says Russia's gradual advances has come at enormous cost. And now on entertainment, Destiny Boy's father raises the alarm over son's missing SUV. The father of the late Afrobeat singer Afeez Adesina, popularly known as Destiny Boy, has appealed to the public for help following the disappearance of his son's SUV just days after the artist's death. In a now trending video, he expressed concern over the vehicle's whereabouts, revealing that it was allegedly returned to the dealership shortly after Destiny's Boy's passing, but has not been seen since. He explained that the SUV was purchased from Lincoln Autos and that he accompanied his son to complete the transaction with the dealership, providing a driver to convey the vehicle to their residence. The father added that Destiny Boy later retained the same driver for personal use, but troubles arose when the driver claimed the singer owed him money and subsequently returned the SUV to the dealership without informing the family. Nigerians, please help me, the father said. He said his son has a car and the car is with Lincoln Autos. Although the car is not new, it is an SUV Jeep. He said if the car was with him, he would have gone to pick it up. He said, lamenting that he does not even have the driver's contact. Destiny Boy reportedly died on Sunday at the age of 22. His mother revealed in an interview that he had been ill prior to his death, suffering from a long-time mysterious condition described as Ogunoru that caused recurrent seizures. She recounted that after the naming ceremony of his child, Destiny Boy's condition worsened, prompting several hospital visits. Traditional interventions was also sought to manage the illness, which she said had almost run him mad, and required constant care to prevent seizures. Saida, the late singer's mother, dismissed rumors that Destiny Boy was involved in money rituals, condemning those spreading misinformation to gain attention from his death. She emphasized the family's continuous efforts to ensure he was treated and cared for, stressing that all attempts were focused on curing him of the mysterious illness rather than engaging in any harmful practices. And that's the size of our package today. Please continue to follow our updates and exclusive stories on all our social media handles at Mlc TV YouTube channel, at MLC TV Facebook, Mlc TV Facebook, Twitter, Thread, Instagram, X, and TikTok. Stay safe, stay informed, and keep your day with global wicked news on Mlc TV. I am Avoid Unwogu. Thank you for watching.